Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back in Old Man, in the land of grills. And yes, they all go up to the ceiling, down to the floor, and on the shelves. We got a lot of grills in the land of grills, folks. We're going to be cooking on a Char-Griller Akorn today. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a nemesis on mine. That's country style ribs. And these are boneless country style ribs. And when they turn out great. And when they fail, they're like, eh. So, you know, using a Kamado is because the Kamados do a great job of low and slow and holding the moisture in. And that's why we're going to use, today we're going to use the Akorn and the Char-Griller Akorn. I've done a whole video on these, folks. I'll leave the link down below to review it. But if you want to get into Kamado style cooking, but you don't want to spend over $1,000 because a lot of the Kamados out there, you know, the green ones, the red ones, you can easily drop well over $1,000. This thing, $300. So, and it does the same thing as the ceramic models. Double walled, insulated. It's got ceramic in it. It does a lot of cool things. Low and slow, hot and fast. I tell you what, I'm going to show you how I'm going to get this lit using hot air, and then take a look at those ribs. All right, there's our country style ribs, folks. These have been marinating overnight. Got some OJ in there, and then a little bit of this 407 barbecue roadhouse stuff, and this white lightning double garlic butter. And I'll tell you what, the smell is just phenomenal. So this is, I hope this is going to be key, marinating them overnight, and then putting the water pan underneath, this water in it, and just cooking them, getting them some smoke on there, keeping it nice and moist inside the Kamado, leaving it closed, getting it about an hour and a half, 2.5 hours in, and then covering them up, and then taking them the rest of the way. So keep on watching. This should be interesting. All right, one of the great things about Kamados is that when you shut them down, they really snuff things out. So the last cook I did on here was actually hot and fast. Made some pizza on here on the Char-Griller Akorn, and shut it down, and that's what's left of my B&B. I shook out the ash, emptied out the ash pan, and if you're wondering what that other ring in there, so that's called a vortex. And I use that, and this isn't mandatory, you don't have to do that, but I use it just to concentrate my charcoal a little bit more, and keeps it away from the sides and keeps it more directly under the plate that goes on there. I just find that it works a little bit better. And if you're wondering, you're saying, well, Tom, you promised to show us how you're going to, with hot air. So this is a product, I'll leave the link down below, Turbo. And this thing gets 1100 degrees hot. And you just put it in there like that, and within 2 or 3 minutes, we'll have some good heat going, folks. So I'll leave the link down below. Let me get this fired up. Then we're going to put some more B&B with some wood chunks on top of it, get our plate in there. We're going to get the heat dialed in, shut down our vents pretty much all the way, low and slow, and we'll give you a look-see. Literally 2 minutes later, folks, look at that. That's pretty doggone impressive. And that's all I'm going to start right there. It's just that corner. And I'm going to put some more charcoal on top of this with some wood chunks, and we're ready to go. All right, you can see there's a setup. I've got stone. I've got a water pan with some water in it. I've got our three, I thought there were 4. There are actually 3. Then I took the juice that was still and poured that on top of it. So we're going to shut this down. You can see we got a little bit of smoke coming out of there. And the thing about these things, you want to catch them before they get too warm, because they're somewhat difficult to cool down once they get hot. So you want to keep them low and slow right off the bat. So we're going to start shutting ours down here and give you a look-see as we proceed. All right, folks, so a little over 2 hours into it. What I say about dialing in, look at that. We're just a little over 200. It's exactly where you want it. Top vent, see how it's cracked. Bottom vent, you can see how that's cracked. Let's take a look and see how our ribs are doing. Sometimes people talk about burping on Kamados. You tell me to open it up a little bit, let some air out first, and then open it up. And oh man, take a look at that. That's looking mighty, mighty nice. So I'm gonna take an internal, and then we're probably gonna wrap, and I got some taters to put on there and give you a look-see. All right, so now we got 2 packs in there. We got top pack has got our ribs in it, and I put a little beer in there. And then the bottom rack's actually got taters in there with a little beer also. So we got, we're gonna let that go for about an hour. Our vents, you can see we did with the top vent, and you can see what we did with the bottom vent. So we're gonna take these temps up and get things cooking real nice. Once those are for like an hour, take the ribs out, put a little sauce on them, put them back on higher heat for about maybe 10-15 minutes, let that sauce set, and we'll be ready All right, I gotta show what I'm using on the ribs here. I threw it away to dig it out of the garbage. So this is the Burn Pit Barbecue Pogie Baked Sweet Honey Barbecue Sauce. I like the stuff because it's a veteran-owned company, folks, and it's a local here to Wisconsin. Got them on there. Just letting everything set right now. I did shut down all the vents because basically we're done cooking. All I'm doing is setting the sauce. So we'll give you a look-see. Oh man, look at that. So you can see there, this is plenty warm now. So we're gonna be taking them off here in about a second, and they will done. Give you a look-see once they're plated up. All right, I'm kind of laughing at myself because here I am showing you on this plastic tray that I should have thrown away about 400 years ago, while I got this beautiful cutting board there, and there's a cutting board there, and there's a cutting board underneath there, and there I am on the plastic tray because I don't want to get barbecue sauce on my cutting boards. So that's, oh man, I'll tell you. So look at that, look at this. Kind of falls apart. Those are nice country style ribs. Look at that. Gotta take a taste test. Oh man. I burnt the potatoes, but the ribs, thumbs up. So that's, folks, that's how you use a Kamado. Get yourself some good country style ribs. Those are good. That's good eating right there. Hope you enjoyed this. Tom Horseman at YouTube, thumbs up, leave a comment as always. Thanks for watching, folks.